Okay, I'm gonna try something new today. We're gonna be reading some random ass Wattpad fanfiction about My Hero Academia. I'm currently dying a little. But anyways, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna put a disclaimer here. I skipped like, I don't know, 2 chapters because it's just blah 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 childhood character exposition, nothing really that important. Also, it's one of those stories that has the I point of view, which is also a pet peeve, but I actually think that's like so they don't get like struck down by the Wattpad gods. Because I'm pretty sure putting it in like a natural third person, like a natural reader insert, might be against the rules, but whatever. I still hate it. Anyways, I heard to school this morning. I am really late. I eat breakfast as I sprint to school. Well, more like drink it. I drink a juice box full of pig's blood. It sounds gross to most people, but it's like chocolate cake for me. I drop the empty juice box in a trash can as I enter class. The bell rings a few seconds later. Izuku and my classes. Izuku and my classes. I'm pretty sure it would be more like Izuku and my... I don't know, but like, I'm pretty sure... Anyways, are different, so we always have to meet up after school. Wait, what about lunch? Anyways, my quirk changed most of my body systems. I can't digest anything other than blood or raw meat. Anything else just gets thrown back up. My quirk doesn't go by common vampire myths. Sunlight doesn't affect me. My skin doesn't sparkle. I'm pretty sure that isn't a common vampire myth, or is it? Because I'm like, the only real time I've ever seen a vampire sparkle in like mythology is like never. But I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's just like a Twilight thing. Or if it wasn't a Twilight thing, Twilight made it popular. But I don't think that's a common vampire myth, honestly. Garlic doesn't hurt me, and no, my heart beats and I have to breathe oxygen to live. The vampire traits my quirk gives me is strength. I'm pretty sure it would be R strength, fast reflexes, and healing, night vision, and based on other opinions, elegance. Fancy. I believe that I just have a talent for that matter. I enjoy gymnastics and yoga. Hopefully that will be important later on. The teacher is talking about everyone getting into a good heroing school. Heroing school. I'm going to try for UA with Izuku. Bakugo tells him that he can't be a hero, but I disagree. He is smart and cunning. Oh, wait. I should probably explain this because I skipped the first 2 chapters, or however you would label them in Wattpad. God damn, their chaptering system is kind of whack sometimes. Okay, you two are obviously fucking best friends in this. Or I guess protagonist is freaking best friends with Deku. I mean, that's probably obvious, but like, yeah, you two are best friends since like, you know, childhood. So there, don't ask. But anyways, he is smart and cunning, even if he doesn't have... I'm going to assume they meant a quirk. He is smart and cunning. It just cuts off. Even if he doesn't have overwhelming strength from a quirk, he could easily outsmart a villain. Really? Because, like, I've seen some cases where it's like, bro... I mean, he's smart, but, like, in terms of heroing, I think he's, like, normal hero smart, where it's like, yeah, we kind of expect you to be at least this intelligent. Has he ever shown anything of being particularly smart? Do we count anything after he actually got into UA? Because technically, I guess his critical thinking skills would get better. But, like, you know, if they're debatable now, then how debatable were they before? I mean, yeah, he likes putting in small details, but, like, that might just be because he's actually paying attention to them. How smart he is. I should probably check the book for that, because there's the guidebook that gives all the stats. That probably has it right there. Anyways, he could easily outsmart a villain. I think he just needs to be given a chance. He needs to be Batman. That wasn't in there. But honestly, though, he'd make a good Batman. Okay, no, not really. But Batman, people. I will be walking alone today. I need to pick up some supplies from the hardware store. I've been working on a treehouse and I need to pick up a climbing rope and some nails. Well, have fun with that, carpenter. Is it realistic to try and make a treehouse all by yourself? I don't. Well, crazier things have been done. After school, I take out my leftover lunch and eat it on the way. I don't like openly eating in public, so I disguise all my food. It looks like I'm drinking juice, when in reality, it is blood. So, like, how does she get the juice in the juice box? Because it's a juice box. At least the first one she used. And, like, well, I don't know, maybe for people like her who need blood as a thing for their quirk or whatever, they sell actual juice boxes with blood. Because, like, otherwise, I think it'd be kind of, like, hard to, like, get the blood inside of the juice. But, I mean, I guess maybe you could, like, open it and then glue it, but then it's like, what if it doesn't hold? Then again, if you've been doing this for years, you probably, like, are expert level at that. But, like, otherwise, like, this sounds annoying to be using a juice box when you could just use, like, I don't know, like, red punch flavored juice. So if anybody ever tries to take a sip of it, like, oh, this isn't blood, it's Gatorade. Although people would probably be able to tell because blood doesn't exactly look or move the same as Gatorade. Also, it would probably coagulate. I don't know the term, but, like, it'd probably, like, go bad, I guess, if you just carry it around. I feel like that would be the case. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I don't think this person is either, so Anyways. Everyone judges me because of my diet. Izuku is the only one who doesn't. I enter the hardware store and spend a couple hours browsing before I pick out what I need. As I walk, I see smoke above nearby buildings. I run over to the source to find a crowd of people. I push through until I see what's going on. There's a huge blob monster thing in the alley. I look closely and see someone inside. That person is Bakugo. I'm looking at heroes who can help with familiar green head. I'm looking at heroes who can help. Well, I mean, can they really help? Because last time I checked, they were all getting their asses kind of handed, more or less. Or were just kind of useless. Mountain Lady wasn't getting her ass handed. She was just kind of like, I can't get through here. I look closely and see someone inside. The person, I'll remember that. With a familiar green-headed boy runs past my view straight for the villain. Oh, and then it's just like an author's note. Hey guys, don't forget to vote on the story if you liked it. Well, I don't know. It's not my opinion that really counts here. Oh, I've found one spelling error already in the second chapter. Wait, how long is this? Okay. I guess we could do chapter 4. Izuku runs past my field of view. She spelled field wrong. Or he. Who knows? Straight for the villain. I, of course, follow him. He throws his backpack at the villain. The bag hits the villain in the eye. The villain hits at Deku. I'm pretty sure any word hits at Deku. So I'm going to change it with swats. The villain swats at Deku, and I shove him out of the way. I duck and feel the wind of the hit that would have killed me. I look down and at the rope in my hands. I throw the end to Izuku. Pull me out when you feel 2 tugs. Okay, wait. Oh, wait, no, she ducked. I'm dumb. He nods. I grab the rope and plunge into the villain. I feel something solid. Wait, so, like, I don't think that's how the villain works. Because, like, yeah, he's kind of like a sludge monster, but, like, he's a sludge monster. Like, you could see Deku when he was trying to, like, grab him. Like, if you could just easily, like, go inside of it, I'm pretty sure Deku could have easily, like, been kind of pulling away at the monster. Well, no, not really. Because Bakugo was definitely trying to, like, yank out of there, but, like, he couldn't get out. So if you can get in easily, how come Bakugo can't get out theoretically here? Like, I'm just saying, like, that kind of seems weird to me. Like, okay, so protagonists can get into the sludge monster, but Bakugo can't get out of said sludge monster. Like, and, like, if the sludge monster has enough power to, like, hold Bakugo in, or to harden it, why would he allow protagonist to get into him? Like, that seems like he would be not very willing to let some random kid who's trying to, like, save random kid inside of him, to get inside of him. But okay, sure, let's pretend like this happens, realistically. I feel something solid and wrap my hands around it. I yank on the rope and feel something tugging it. I feel my arm being pulled out, and then my shoulder, then my whole body. Bakugo falls on the ground beside me. Yeah, wait, so like, if freaking Bakugo can pull both of them out of the monster, how come freaking Bakugo can't just like... Okay then, sure. Sure, I'm gonna believe that freaking Deku has the power to pull out of you and what's his face out of the sludge monster. But no. No. Anyways, the villain rears up to crush us when All Might punches him in oblivion. Plunges him to oblivion. The game, because it's capitalized. I cough up green gunk, then turn to Bakugo. He is coughing. I'm gonna just call um, the protagonist Yin, because I don't want to say your name each freaking time. He's coughing. Yin, your face! I feel my face and notice the burns on it. I must have been in the way of Bakugo's blast. We get pulled to the side where we get chastised by heroes. That was very responsible. You could have been injured. I stood. Listen here, at least we did something to save him. All you did was sit on your bums watching while a kid gets suffocated to death. If I remember correctly, we did get Bakugo away from the villains. You should be ashamed to call yourselves heroes. I looked at Kami Wood. Well, not you. You saved people. I grabbed Izuku's arms. Excuse me, bitch? Like, okay then, like, this fucking protagonist, like, if I remember, like, no. Okay, Mount Lady has an excuse. Like, she couldn't freaking get in there to grab the sludge monster. And, like, she had to shrink down, because otherwise she might, like, you know, like, have to be stepping on the buildings weirdly, and that wouldn't be good, because then she could easily, like, fall and crush something, which is, like, you know, really bad, like, so, you know, she's kind of useless, and if she has to shrink down, like, I don't know if she can control it. I'm assuming not, at least from the anime, it doesn't look like she can really control small size to, like, medium size or anything in between, just, like, small or big. So it's like, you can't blame her, because in otherwise she'd have to get small and potentially... That's the only way she could really get in there and do anything, in which case she'd basically just be a civilian and be kind of useless. Unless you could, like, do some weird thing, and again, maybe potentially break shit, which is not good. And then the firefighters, well, God bless. Like, okay, well, I mean, what do you want them to do? And then, like, the other heroes, like, again, what do you want them to freaking do? Like, I'm pretty sure they were trying and failing miserably. Like, yeah, whoever, I'm pretty sure it's the protagonist who said that, right? Well, whoever freaking said that. No, it was the protagonist. Like, freaking douchebag, like... No, I refuse to believe this. Like, no, you freaking douchebag protagonist. Like, nah. Trust me, your bitch ass, realistically, from what we saw, like, you would have not saved him. Like, you would have gotten your ass handed just like Deku did before in the anime. Well, I mean, he didn't get his ass handed. All Might went and saved him, basically. But, like, yeah, nah. Like, you can't chastise the other heroes, like... It's like that snake lady, like, you think she's useless, but, like, dude, she's good when she is actually doing her job. Like, she has her thing, that is her thing, but, like, at the end of the day, she is still a hero. Like, damn, protagonist, don't be a bitch. Sorry, but I'm just saying, like, what do you want the fire hose to do? Like, yeah, because, like, you know, the sludge monster is totally going to be... the liquid sludge monster is totally going to be affected by the water hose. Anyways, come on, let's get away from here. I take satisfaction in heroes' shocked faces as we leave. Yeah, and I can't believe you said that to pro heroes. I looked at Izuku. I meant every word of it. You deserve to be a hero more than most of these pro heroes. I felt my face as it started to heal. Bye, Yuzu-chan. I'll see you tomorrow, he nodded. Bye. I walked home, ate dinner, then went to bed. Today was a long day of being a needlessly bitchy person to a bunch of heroes who couldn't really do jack shit because their quirks weren't really effective. Oh yeah, also the fire people were trying to put out the fucking fire anyways. Like, they were doing that. Like, what? Fucking protagonists. Yes, I'm gonna be forever mad about this. Time skip 3 months. Zuko has been acting kind of distant lately. Because you're a bitch. Anyways, he hardly ever comes over, and when he does, he's always exhausted. He says that he is getting in shape for UA. I sometimes ask him if I can go with him. He always declines my offers, so I have to train alone. One thing I've noticed about this story is that, like, unlike the other stories that I've read, maybe I'm just reading really bad stories, but, like most of the other stories I read about this, it's like, it has it where, like, the protagonist freaking basically trails along with Deku's side on almost everything. Like, they'd be training with him, like, they were there when he got All Might's powers, like, that kind of thing. Here, not so much, like, they're actually kind of separate from him. It's like, oh yeah, protagonist didn't see, like, the All Might encounter. She didn't get to train with him. Like, I kind of like it. It's like, okay, so we don't have to, I mean, it's also nice, I think. I don't know if this was the intention, just so author didn't have to freaking repeat through every single thing. Because that's one thing, where they have the stories like this, where it's not just, like, a one-shot off thing. It's like, oh, you two have lunch, blah-blah-blah, and or it kind of just skips around because it's a one-shot blah-blah-blah end. It's like, the annoying thing is, like, you have to read through all of this BS. Like, you gotta read through the arc again, which is basically everything word for word, kind of pretty much the same, except you probably do a thing with Deku that is like, okay, yeah, sure, development, but at the same time, it's like, you gotta read the same damn arc for half of these stories over and over again if you read, like, these longer ones. And it's like, here's the third retelling of the sports festival. It's like, God, how many times do I have to hear this? Well, I mean, that's only really an issue if you actually read it. I am walking from the gym right now. It's kind of late because I stayed longer. Oh, please don't tell me we're gonna get assaulted or something, because that's also a thing that happens a lot in the stories I read. Like, we always walking home and we get assaulted or something. I mean, we sometimes we win. Sometimes we win those encounters, but, like, I read, like, 2 stories where that has been the case. Like, not even on the same websites. Like, in one of them, I think we beat the shit out of them, maybe? I think in the other one, actually, no, I don't know. But, like, anyways, yeah, I hope not, because that's really... Oh, yes, if I saw a glance, I do think we get, like, a villain confrontation low-key in an alleyway. God damn it, like, why do we always have to get, like, robbed or something, or almost raped in these things? Like, we both know what this is for. It's an easy way for character development between the protagonist and Deku. Like, it's like, we know, but still, could y'all not come up with something else? Anyways, my mind is filled with questions about Izuku. I wonder if Bakugo said something to him. I heard someone whistle as I passed. I put my head down and passed them. If I had a choice, I would rather look ugly than look hot. That's another thing with my quirk. The doctor thinks that my quirk tries to draw potential prey to me by altering my looks. I hate it because I see drinking blood as cannibalism. Human blood as cannibalism. I will admit that I have thought about it, but I haven't actually tried to drink it. What's worse is that it actually works. My looks tend to draw boys to me. I hate it. I quickly pass an alley because I can smell multiple people in there. I don't want to tangle with them. I walk past the alleyway, but I hear a small voice calling for help. I peek around the corner of the alley and see 3 shady figures surrounding someone. I walk into the alleyway. Hey, leave them alone! The 3 figures look at me. Looks like we have a little hero. I can't read in evil voices, I'm sorry. One of the steps for one of them. Misspelling. One of them steps towards me. Why don't you just leave? This is our business. I look at the cowering figure on the ground. I don't think so. I advance on the group. The one who had stepped forward earlier raises his hand, I think, in this tense that we're going in. My body moved as something whooshed past my ear. More projectiles flew past me. I let my body dodge while I tried to see what they were. I caught one and looked at it. This guy was shooting nails at me. I'm assuming, like, wall nails for hardware. I ran forwards and slid under him. I flipped backward and wrapped my legs around his neck. I used momentum to slam his face into the ground. He was unconscious. Oof. I turned my head to the other 2 attack. Okay, let me just point this thing out, because this is, like, a thing that people forget, is that usually if you knock someone unconscious, either they're going to get up pretty freaking soon because, you know, you kind of just daze them, or if they actually do get knocked out for a significant amount of time, like, you know, they actually get up after a few seconds. Like, either they get up after a few seconds, or they don't get up after a few seconds. In which case, if they pretty much get up after a while, like, oh yeah, they knocked out, then, ooh, that's not good. It's kind of like the whole, oh, choking someone to death. It's like, yeah, no, you don't stop choking them after, like, they stop moving or breathing. Because then they'll just get their blood flow kind of right back. Like, they won't die if you stop choking them immediately. Because then at that point, it's like, it's kind of like this. If they can scream while you're choking them, then you need to choke them better because they're getting oxygen, you dumbass. Like, you know, like, it's kind of like the insert method of death, like choking someone, or hanging someone, or slitting someone's throat, where it's like, yeah, no, that's not how it works, or, okay, yes, but no. Like, you'd have to either A, it's like slitting someone's throat, like, no, they don't just die immediately, usually. Like, you know, they will stand there bleeding and squirting blood. So, like, if the protagonist does knock this bitch out for, like, a significant amount of time, you probably gave him, like, a concussion. Not just from hitting the pavement, but, like, you probably gave him some serious damage or something, which is like, protagonist, please don't give people concussions so bad that they knock out for that long. Like, they are not going to get up very easily afterwards. Like, that's not good. You don't want to pay those bills for them. I turned my head to the other two attackers. One was missing. I could smell him above me. The one in front of me clapped his hands together, and a bright light flashed in front of me. I was temporarily blinded. I felt my body move as someone tried to hit me. How the fuck did she dodge that? She's blinded. I followed the sound of the voice. My eyesight slowly started returning as the two tried to hit me. I wrapped my arm around the neck of one and threw him into the other. They both slammed into the wall. I watched as they stood. They looked fearfully at me, and I hissed. They lifted the other's arms and took off. I bent down to the cowering person. They looked at me. I could see that it was a girl about 9 or 10 years old. Thank you, I nodded. Oh, wait, no. Thank you. I nodded. Do you know where you live? She shook her head. I was looking for my mommy when I saw those meanies. They attacked me then you came. I looked at her arm. Her nails were sticking out. I gently picked her up. I need to call my parents and tell them that I'm bringing you to the hospital. She nodded. I called my parents. Hey, Mom? I'm going to be home late. I need to take a little girl to the hospital. Okay, Zugu's at the house. He came to visit. Do you want me to tell him where you're at? Also, I'm not going to show any concern for the fact that you're taking a little girl to the hospital. Nah, that's normal. That's a normal thing people do, and I don't need to be concerned about. Go and do that, honey. Yes, bye, Mom. Bye, honey. I carried the girl to the hospital. I was sitting in the exam. Also, did you go to the police and tell them that there was a bunch of people trying to, like, mug a little girl or something? Better not be eerie. I was sitting in the exam room while the doctor looked at her wounded arm. Izuku walked into the room. Hi, Izuku-chan. He looked at the girl who was being tended to. What happened? I was walking home when I saw her cornered by a few thugs. They scared them away and took her to the hospital. The doctor said that the girl would be taken to the police until her parents found her. Izuku and I started to leave. I turned to the girl. What's your name? My name is Amuki? Amuki. Thank you again for saving me. What's your name? I smiled. Yin. Izuku and I started walking home. I started crying. Yin, what's wrong? I wiped my eyes. I'm a horrible person. I hate this quirk. You're lucky that you are quirkless. He seemed utterly confused. Where is this coming from? I looked at his face. When I was in that alleyway, her blood smelled so strong I actually wanted to drink her blood. I felt like I had to. It makes me sick. It took everything I had not to rip into her throat. I'm a monster. I fell on my knees and started sobbing. Okay, so how does this protagonist... Okay, yeah, because this is kind of like the vampire thing, where, like, Bella's, like, oh, afraid of blood, but it's, like, obviously, protagonist probably menstruates, like most females do. But, like... So, like, how does the protagonist feel when their mom has their period, or when their friends have periods, or, well, maybe they don't have friends, but, like, you know, people around them probably have periods and stuff, so it's, like... Or, like, you know... there's a lot of people probably who have like flesh wounds around them, so it's like, or periods. So it's like, how do you deal when people are menstruating or bleeding around you? Like, I'm pretty sure there's always some bitch menstruating around you. Let's face it, like, there's always someone fucking menstruating around you. Like, that random bitch down the hall. Like, and she probably could smell that. Especially if she goes into girls' restrooms. Like, there's gonna be, like, blood in the air probably from, like, used sanitary pads and stuff like that. So it's like, how does she deal with that? Because, like, it's like Bella's afraid of blood, but, like, it's like, is it, like, the fact that it's menstrual blood not bother her as much? Because it's like, oh, it's gross, it's blood. Because she's aware of the fact that it's not, like, normal, just blood falling out of your arm. Does that gross her out? Or is it like, oh, well, I mean, it smells like blood, and I tell myself it's menstrual blood and that helps, but, like, otherwise, no. Like, what about that? How are you working functionally during, like, heavy periods? Like, do you just want to eat yourself? Do you want to eat the person next to you? I fell to my knees and started sobbing. Image? Too much hair? It says image, but, like, I don't know if there was supposed to be an image linked. If there was, well, it's not there. Or if there was supposed to be an image, if they just did not actually put it in. But either way, no image. Too much hair. I'm so sorry, Izuku. You shouldn't have to see me in this state. I felt arms around my shoulder. Yin, you felt like that because of your quirk. You are not a monster. I looked into his eyes. He hugged me and I could smell the blood racing under his skin. Oh yeah, I was also about to point that out because, like, humans are like little bodies full of blood, like, so, and she has really good smell, right? Like, she can smell blood from, like, another room. So it's like, theoretically speaking, could she not smell blood from under your skin? Because, like, if you ever see someone red, it's like, well, that's just, like, basically the capillaries, and or they're having a fever and they're roasting, but, like, stupid notifications. But anyways, they're roasting, and so it's like, if you can see the capillaries under being red because, they're expanding, or whatever the term would be properly, because, they're blushing or sweating or whatever, then it's like, okay, yeah, well, that implies that the capillaries are really close to the surface. So it's like, could she smell that? Because if you can smell from the other freaking room someone's blood, could she not really smell like capillaries? Anyways, yeah, I could smell the blood race. I was about to wonder about that. Confirmed, kind of, if she gets close enough. Which makes sense, because it's like, well, I mean, you can smell from the other damn room if you wanted to. I'm pretty sure you could probably smell someone's blood if you just put your sniffer to their freaking hand or something. Like, they're not that deep under the skin. But, like, anyways. He hugged me and I could smell the blood racing under his skin. It would probably taste so good. My eyes widened and I shoved him away from me. I stood and started sprinting away from him. I hate living like this. Ignore the squishy sounds, it's just an ad playing. Well, I guess that's it. I don't know if that was a good story or not. And, okay, I'm just gonna mute my phone. That ad's not going to stop fucking playing. Indeed, that was a fail. But anyways, yeah, I don't know how that story went. I mean, I guess it's slightly better. Oh, also, if you couldn't freaking tell, your quirk is called Vampire. I probably should have also pointed that out, but I think that was a little explanatory. Like, yeah, you're a freaking vampire. But yeah, we're having another Toga moment here. Wait, that's how you say her name, right? I'm probably wrong. It's probably something else. But, like, we're having another Toga moment where, like, everyone's judging you because of your quirk. Like, except Izuku and yourself. Toga actually is fine with her quirk. She embraced that shit. But, like, anyways, probably should stop this. It's like been 30 fucking minutes. Haha. I talk a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably upload another one. I mean, I spent 30 minutes of my damn life here. Might as well spend more of it. Oh god, I just realized. I don't know if that clock is loud as fuck. I hope it's not. Anyways, okay, I'm signing off. I need a nap.